Hello, I was just going to change my manicure, and yesterday I was staining concrete with my husband, and I had this really pretty sort of faux French, but if you can see that, it has gotten kind of nasty looking. There's gray all around it. So I'm gonna change this, and I thought I would go ahead and make a video so you guys can see what that looks like. I'm gonna start with taking it off, and then I'm gonna add a base coat and a top coat. So I will see you in a few minutes and we will take the polish off. Okay, so I've got a bowl of warm water here and just a little regular Ziploc bag, and I have my polish remover. This is non-acetone. It's called Mineral Fusion. I think it's like a little under $10 on Amazon. I pour in just like a couple of tablespoons. I actually found this bottle at TJ Maxx for about half price, so I'm watching for it there. But really, you can use any regular nail polish remover. It's a really good idea to use non-acetone if you can find it so that it doesn't dry your nails out. So as soon as I stick my hand in the bag, I kind of feel a little slimy. The polish starts to get a little slimy. And then I'm just taking the pads of my fingers and rubbing against the polish. And I'm just gonna keep this going at regular times so you can see how long it actually takes. So I'm just gonna keep rubbing with alternate fingers until I feel that they are clean, and it's pretty easy to tell when they are clean. The glitters are just take a little bit more effort to get off. I went to get a manicure the other day and I had color street strips on, and the manicurist was scrubbing on it and trying to get off, and she looked at me and she said, "Is it shellac?" And I said, "No, it's a color street strip." And then she reached for her drill, or with the electric filer that they use to scrub off the acrylics. And I said, no, because I know what that does. That takes a layer or two off the top of my nails, and my nails are naturally a little bit thin anyway, so I really can't afford to lose any layers. And so she didn't really like that I wasn't gonna let her use her power tool, but I didn't feel too bad because I was just doing the manicure. They were charging the regular price for the manicure that normally includes polish, but I knew that I wasn't gonna have her polish. I was just gonna go home with natural nails and put my strips on so that I would have a nice clear clean foundation to put my strips on, and she would get my cuticles trimmed up and looking really good. So anyway, that's what I was there for. So anyway, she had to take a little bit longer removing that polish with her cotton ball and the remover, but anyway, she got off the polish, so it really didn't take her any more time. Okay, that feels like it's about done. Yep, I got them all clean. And again, that was a glitter, so if you have a solid on, they're probably gonna go a little quicker. Plus I had 2 layers on the tip. So anyway, there's my nails all ready to go, and I will get back with you when I got my strips ready. Okay, so this is the set that I'm gonna go on. The base color, this is called Made in Milan. It's kind of a dark, and since we are not finished with our floors, I am going to pick a manicure that hopefully will not get nasty looking if I get more black stain on my fingers. So when you open your kit, you've got your little package of strips, you've got a file and an alcohol prep. So I'm just gonna pop these out. And there's the strips. Don't even need scissors, there's a tear off. And you don't wanna open these until right before you're ready to use them, because as soon as you pull them out and they hit the air, they're gonna start to cure. Okay, and so there's more here than you need. I'm probably only gonna use one of these 2 strips. The other one I'm gonna put back in the package because I can seal that up with my flat iron and get a whole nother manicure out of it. I haven't found a really easy way to get these back in the package. Okay, I'm gonna put it under the plastic and just set it aside for now. Okay, so I know that this big one is probably gonna go in a toe, but it's too big for my hands. This is the one I use for my thumbs. And then, so what you do is you try to line up with your nail bed and get pretty close. It's okay if it's just a tiny bit big because you can pinch off the excess. I'm gonna use this one for my second. But you don't want it too small. So I have 3 extra strips set off to the side. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is take my alcohol and just clean them off. I've already washed my hands really good after I took the polish off. So they're pretty much ready to go. This is just making sure I don't have any extra oils on. So my thumbs I'm gonna use as tools. I also have this little cuticle cutter set. This side is to push back, but this side, you can kind of use it as a knife to cut off extra if you don't have a long thumbnail, or if you did actually forget and paint your thumbnail first, or if you have just an extra large strip that you want to do a lot of cutting on. So thumb gets set aside. I'll start with my pinky. So in the strip, you're going to pull off this clear plastic backing, and then you have 2 more layers. Pull the silver piece out, and then I just kind of leave it on the white part. I think it makes it a little easier to handle. Then you pop that tab off. I'm gonna line that up on my pinky. Just gonna push it down. And then when I get to the end, I'm gonna take my thumbnail and wrap it and push it under. And then just pop it off, and then it's still on the white piece for the next hand. Smoothing it out, and then I take my thumbnail, make sure I get it down real good, and just sort of cut that excess away. And again, if you don't have long thumbs, you can just grab one of those cuticle sets. They're pretty inexpensive. And then the other piece just goes on my other pinky. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna wrap on the ends. Pull the excess away. And that is the base coat for my pinkies. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a time lapse here you can watch, but I'm gonna make it go just a little quicker.
And do the same process for the rest of my fingers.
All right, I got my base coat all done. And oh, by the way, this is the little craft punch I was telling you about that I used to make that last French set. And I have the same pieces lined up that I know fit. I'm gonna start with my pinky again. So this is just gonna give a little glitter layer. And it's also gonna be protective. So just like putting on a top coat, this is gonna help it wear just a little longer. You usually get about 2 weeks with a single layer and 3 weeks with the double layer or a top coat. There's actually in each strip there's a top, polish, and base coat. And this time I'm gonna use my tool because I don't want to mess up my thumbs. So I'm just gonna push under with the tool. Alternately, you could just wait until the first manicure has completely cured before you add your overlay. But you need to, before you scrape on anything or before you use lotion or get your hands wet, you need to wait about 20 minutes or so for it to cure. All right, so there is Made in Milan with the caramel sugar. Hold on, let me see if that's the right name. It's the glitter overlay. Oh, sorry, champagne sugar. So that is Made in Milan with champagne sugar. right, there is Made in Milan with champagne sugar. Seems like it's picking up a lot of reds and greens that I didn't expect. That's interesting. But anyway, if I accidentally have black spray paint overspray on my fingers, hopefully it's not gonna look yucky like the white did. All right. Oh, and I was gonna show you where I was tucking under a little bit of that polish or that overlay got under my finger, and that's where you can just, when you tuck it, it kind of sticks under there. You can just pull that piece right off, and there you go.